being an Irish model is very different to being like a model. Obviously, there's some Irish models that are proper models. I was like standing on a busy shopping street like Oxford Street with like a Magnum ice cream in my hand in a bikini and heels selling a Magnum ice cream for the papers. So that was the modelling that I did.
Which is still modelling. No. But it is that thing that you hear model and it's just straight away Victoria's Secrets, Catwalk, Milan.
That wasn't me.
Yeah. It's not Grafton Street and somebody gone again, get a hairdryer, we need to warm her up, we're getting goose pimples. Do you know what I mean? It's just you freezing your fucking balls off. So, now I should point out, as you came in to the studio, you said you were having a shower and you were annoyed at yourself for the choices you'd made. So if you want to change any of these, it's fine.
It's like, because I think I was just so honest you were like 5 things you love. I was like, easy. And then I just threw them out.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh no, I meant to try and be interesting here. And I'm insisting on talking about sleep.
It's so interesting though. Are you like that? Everyone does that in the shower. I bet you even Donald Trump is having a shower and he's like, oh God, what did I say? Like,
why?
It's something about being alone with yourself when water is cascading against your body that you suddenly go, oh, I'm a dick.
Damn it, I meant to be cool. And then I was like, how can I make sleep funny?
So was sleep one of the things you went for?
Sleep is like my favourite topic. I'm actually barred from talking about it. So everyone's like, no.
By who?
By anyone who's within my friendship group. I just love it so much.
Have you always loved it?
I have always loved it, and actually sleep is what got me over my fear of death. Because I love sleeping so much, I'm so frightened of dying, and I can't believe everyone's just walking around and they're not scared about it and not thinking about it.
You've come to the right place. Yeah, Jesus.
I think about it all the time. Like, I see really old people and I'm like, oh God, they must be petrified.
Yeah.
Just like, it could be the only thing on their mind.
Yeah.
But like, I figured out that dying is like being asleep, and I love being asleep.
Yes, but you never wake.
I know, but you don't know if you're going to get 8 hours or 10 hours or forever hours.
Do you have like a Fitbit or anything like that where you can see how long you sleep?
I have, I know this is, do you know, I'm delighted we're talking about it because I came off the back of a not good night's sleep. I have an Oura ring.
Yes.
Which don't look as ugly now. I know you're wearing an Apple Watch, and no offence.
No, it's fine.
But this isn't as ugly as that.
Which one is yours? Oh, it's that one there.
So this is old battered.
I was going to say, they're normally black, aren't they?
Well, you can get a black one, you can get a gold one, and this used to be really gold, but I've had it for years. But you kind of become obsessed with like...
of course. Do you wake up every morning, you and your husband, just sort of like comparing the stats?
Yeah, I'm like, go on. What you get? Yeah. Like, I try and hold out so I don't look as like sad, but like it's the first thing I want to know. Of course. Like, so I don't even say good morning. I'm like, well, what you get?
I did that with my I was on tour in Australia last year with a friend of mine. I said, you got to get one of these so we can talk about sleep. And he's like, fucking all right, Epstein, like you want, like, but it's literally like, I need to know how much you've slept. But once you get into it, it's so competitive. And the thing is, you don't know how well you've slept until you look at your watch or your ring to let you know.
Yeah, sometimes you'll wake up and you're like, I'm not feeling great. But this morning I was really surprised because I was like, I thought I slept way worse than that. And all of a sudden I had a spring in my step. Whereas like I was like crying at 11 o'clock last night being like, I'm such a busy day and I won't sleep. And then you wake up and you're like, wow, actually I've done quite well out of this.
Do you have to be at home to sleep well, or can you sleep well in a hotel?
I don't love sleeping in hotels, and I only do it if I have to, which is unusual because I know some people just love going to hotels. I just love being at home. And if I can go home to my nice pillow and my nice mattress and my nice sheets, I'd much prefer to do that.
And what's your have you got an arrangement? How do you have the pillows?
Okay, so pillows. This is so important, I think. Thank you so much for bringing this up.
If we're doing it, we'll do it properly. Yeah.
I've got a pillow under my head. Yep. It has to be a squishy pillow.
Just one?
Just one under my head. Then I've got one between my legs.
Yep.
And I lie on my side, on my tummy, like kind of like that. And then a pillow over my face.
Over the face?
Yeah, I like it over the face.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay. When did that become a thing?
That is more recent because I can get anxiety, particularly around sleep. I think the not sleeping thing makes it worse. So I got this really ugly looking sleep mask. It's called like I think it's called Mindfold. They're like 12 quid.
Right.
And it blocks all the light out. Then I put in my earplugs, and then if I cover my face, it really feels like you're like just someone's cuddling you. Yeah.
Wow.
My sister has 6 pillows.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say I would have one either side and then 2 there, and I kind of cocoon myself in.
Pregnancy pillow.
Yeah, my wife had one of those, and but I sleep on my back, so full kind of coffin mode.
You're so lucky because that means you're not going to get really bad wrinkles.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So what does having a pillow on your face mean? Is that kind of good from a
because I'm already
skincare?
on my face, so I'm on one side of my face, and then the pillow covers the other side of my face. You're going to be delighted when you die as well because you're just sleeping the way you always sleep. It'll be very uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get someone to roll me.
Somebody's going to have to move you up. That's the thing, isn't it? I think it's that. The other thing that's freaky about death is, and it's coming to all of us, that all of us are going to be looked at on a slab by somebody. Do you know what I mean? And that is just that moment of like, oh, look, he's got a mole there. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, look at his toes. Look at his cock.
Even worse, someone's going to have your phone. Someone's going to have access to all your messages.
Well, there's going to be a whole generation of us. Our dying words are going to be restore factory settings. And then you just go, cancel WhatsApp. Just like...
I think I'm going to do it if I'm lucky enough to die, like, knowing I'm going to die, I'm going to do it a few days in advance. That's a good idea.
Right.
Get rid of all of it.
Can I just go back to 6 pillows?
Yeah.
What's the arrangement of 6 pillows?
Oh, my sister, I know. Well, you're kind of like a 6 pillower
I'm
yourself.
a 4 guy, yeah, but 6, so where's she putting them then?
You're not doing your own sheets. If you have 4 pillows,
I have to.
Who's changing your sheets?
Well, we have a lovely lady called...
I knew it.
You know what, and you haven't got somebody that cleans your sheets?
That's why I now have 3 pillows.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen the advert.
Back in
She's not click-clacking.
I click-clack on holidays.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. But is your husband as much into, because I know he's now massively into sort of health and fitness, so is that like a shared thing? How does it work? Do the kids come in? Do they affect the sleep?
Well, last night, right, I had the bed sheets changed yesterday. I'm not going to say I changed them because I didn't. They were changed yesterday, and last night I was having my anxious sleep, and I can't decide whether my husband left the room because of me, because like I'm literally like, if I'm not sleeping, no one's sleeping in that room. Right. I can't help it because I get myself so worked up, and so then he's like, oh, the sheets are making me really itchy. And I was lying there and I was like, I'm not itchy. Why is he itchy? So he left. Then my daughter came in. She comes in a lot and she woke up a couple of times. Then I could hear my son. He woke me up twice. And then my other son, the older son, which is unusual, he came in as well.
Oh, really? How old's the, what's the age range?
2, 4, 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still good though. Still good for a cuddle. Technically, all good pillows as well.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Particularly good pillows, actually.
You can't have a 2-year-old on your face. But do you know what I mean? Like, imagine...
You do at times.
yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah. So my son's 5 months old. And he's very much kind of...
He's roughly the size of a pillow.
He probably is, actually. Yeah. And he's very kind of plump and lovely. And
oh, I'd love to borrow him on anxious days. And just like when they lie on your chest like that, they're so perfect.
It's that thing as well. And when you see a photo of them, the contentment in their faces of just being like, he's like led on your chest going, well, there's nowhere else I'd rather be in the world than this.
That's all he wants to do.
It's the best, isn't it?
Oh, God, it's so good. I'm so jealous of their naps as well. Imagine getting a 2-hour nap every day.
I know. Extraordinary.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And having like a white noise machine to help you, being shushed to sleep.
Do you not do the white noise? I do white noise as well now, I have to say.
Since we've had the kid, it's unbelievable.
You'll never get rid of that now. That's for life.
Yeah.
You'll have your own white noise machine.
I can't carry one of those sheep around. Have you seen that? It's like, but that thing is unbelievable. It's kind of like, I don't know if you know this, but it's like a white noise machine inside like a cuddly
little
sheep.
teddy bear, yeah.
Yeah. And you squeeze its belly and it just sends...
So it feels like it's not threatening automation, but a friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
When actually inside the friend is a robot.
Precisely.
Well, but a robot that's all the robot is saying is shh, which is kind of creepy, but it does work.
Did you never do the snoo cot?
What's the snoo cot?
It's like this. I mean, I got sent one and then I was madly trying to invest in it because it was the best invention ever. So it's a cot for beside your bed. And it's on an app, so the baby lies down and he's strapped in and swaddled and everything like that. And then it just rocks like gently.
Oh yeah, incredible.
Oh my God. And shushes. And if the baby wakes up, it rocks a little bit faster. And it's like shh.
But there's a thing now. It's called the rocket. Have you seen that?
Yes, the rocket's great.
So this is an unbelievable. But what's funny about the rocket? So Dan, you won't know this, but it's literally shaped like a rocket. You attach it to a pram and it just kind of shakes. So just gently judders, but it really looks like when you put your baby in the pram just out of court, it looks like your kid's wanking off. doesn't it? Like, so it's, and once you've had that, because you just sort of see him and he's just kind of in there. And I made the mistake. I said that to everyone in our NCT class, and all of them now are like, why did you say that? So I've just ruined it. So I apologise. But it does. But you can't not look at just the pram and just see it juddering away, and it instantly looks filthy. What's your next brilliant thing? Sorry.
Ireland.
Ireland, okay.
Yeah.
Right, so sleep and Ireland so far. Right, okay. What is it about Ireland?
Everything. I think when you're Irish, it's not so much about English people. English people, you're different to us in the sense that, like, you don't love England as much as we love Ireland.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys can sometimes just be a bit like, nah, England. Whereas if you're Irish and you're from Ireland, you're obsessed with everything Irish. You're so patriotic. You just are so thrilled to be Irish, and you just want all your Irishness to come out all the time. And I'm just obsessed with Ireland. I love going home.
The only thing that makes Ireland difficult is Americans. Like, whenever you're there, because you just hear, like, so many, I'm Irish. You're like, you're not. Oh, yeah. He's Irish. The bloke that just sold you that leprechaun, he's Irish. But you're American.
We get, because Americans love Irish people so much, we get a J1 visa. I don't know if you get it here, but
we don't. Yeah.
You don't, yeah. They don't want you.
No, they don't. Nobody wants British people. But the thing is, I often think about you lot because at least wherever we go, everyone hates us, and you know that. Americans don't know that they're loathed, but the pressure you're under, you've got to be the bouncy, happy, funny people. Wherever you go, it's like you have your own word for fun. Like, but do you know what I mean? Not other nations don't have a magic word for fun. So wherever you go, it's like, here they come the happy people, and you must have days. Irish people, but there must be times where you're like, I don't own a fiddle. I don't know how to. But do you feel that sort of pressure to be because I'm trying to think of all my Irish mates, all Irish comics that I know, they are naturally ebullient and on it, but you must have days.
Everybody has days,
but you can't because you're. But wherever you travel, it's like, here come the happy people.
But it's like what you're saying about the Americans, and they kind of do expect it. But when I was over on my J1 visa, which you get when you leave school, so you're like, what age would you be? You'd be 18, and so you get a visa for 3 months. You go and you can work in the States. And I remember we went over, and like we were just on the absolute piss the whole time. And we went over as one of my friends, and everywhere we went, it was like, well, my great granny. And then one time my friend was just like, oh, just fuck off. Like, no. And I was like, Johanna, you can't say that.
But wasn't there that thing? I think there was like this sort of two-way camera, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah.
Between Ireland.
The portal.
That's right, the portal, yeah.
It got close because someone flashed their tits.
Yeah, an Irish lady flashed her tits, of course.
That was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
What else is that for?
But all the Americans were like, oh my God, it's the old land, and kind of waving. And then there's some girl from... She's like, there you go. But yeah, incredible.
We were proud of her in Ireland.
Of course. What is your favourite thing about Ireland? It's a big question.
Favourite thing about Ireland? I think just Ireland itself. It's really... Like
from... What do you mean? The people? Like the
people
country?
Are great. Like, let's say, for instance, I'm from a place called Howth. And it's a seaside village. It's just outside Dublin. So it's in Dublin, but it's County Dublin.
Right.
And like you go there, and I don't know what happens, but when I go home now, I try not drink, because if you go back to Ireland, to Howth, where you're from, everyone always goes back to where they're from. It's like a vortex. Like, no matter what I do, I don't know how it happens, I will get so fucked up when I go home, and then I don't remember getting home or anything. And it only happens in Ireland, in Howth, in Dublin, where I'm from, because we all know each other. I think there's something like 26 pubs in Howth, and there's about 3,000 residents or something. Like, it's mad. We've gone too far.
No, but it is. What's like an Irish Christmas like? Is it incredible?
An Irish Christmas is, so it kind of starts from, I'll go home on the 12th. As soon as my kids finish school, I'll go home on the 12th. The kids in Ireland don't finish till the 19th, which is a bit annoying, but anyway. And everyone comes home, and you're just kind of out every single night of the week, just trying to like see everybody that you can see, because everyone comes home for Christmas. And then Christmas is very relaxed. Like, there used to be no shops or anything open on Christmas Day. Now you might find the odd shop that will be open for a little while, whereas you guys have pubs and stuff open, which is mad.
Well, there's no pubs. It must be pubs in Dublin, I guess.
There's nowhere open on Christmas Day. No way.
Really?
But as well, we didn't used to have pubs open on Good Friday.
Yeah.
So we all used to go out on Thursday night, and you'd hit the offo and get all your booze, and then you'd all just drink in someone's house on Friday.
So given your love for Ireland, how do you find living away from it? Do you miss it?
I'm happy to be here because I love London, and London's so much fun, but I'm so close to Ireland. So
yeah.
I go home all the time, and like you can get things that like I can get Kerrygold butter over here in the shop around the corner from me. I can get Barry's tea bags. I can get all the little things.
Barry's tea bags.
Yeah, I'm like a granny. I bring tea bags places. Like I'm going to Newquay after this, and I've got tea bags.
What do you take? My wife does that.
I know. Is your wife Irish?
She's not Irish. She's Welsh.
Yorkshire tea.
You what, love?
Does she like Yorkshire tea?
Does she like him what?
Yorkshire tea. Is that the tea she drinks?
Yorkshire tea.
Oh God, I lied. What? I said she's Welsh, and you were.
Yorkshire.
I thought that was like an Irish saying that you were doing that. Like, oh, she Yorkshire tea. And I was like, I didn't know what was going on. No, she decaffeinated Earl Grey is her thing since she's had a kid. Yeah.
What
so
an
she
unusual choice.
very weird, and you only get it in Waitrose, so we have to like buy in bulk so we can get these tea bags.
She's not getting that anywhere.
She's not getting that in Hoth.
No way.
What did you say you wanted?
Earl Grey, get out.
Yeah.
No time for you.
So do your kids, do you see the Irishness in them, or do they feel English, or is it?
They say some words quite Irish. They've got Irish passports, obviously, because of Brexit.
Yeah,
so you losers are on your own for that.
Yeah. That's what it says, actually. Yeah, that's the file. It sort of says EU and losers.
Yeah,
oh, this is
EU
us.
And bet you wish you didn't do that.
Yeah.
My husband does this thing. Where were we recently? We were in Italy, and like obviously there's always two queues, and he goes, "What a load of shit!" And we were going through the passport thing. Where you have to put your passport in yourself, and I was
which is a real window into how thick people are the world over, innit?
I know.
Why won't it work? Tina, the thing don't work, Tina. You're like, you've not put it in, Tom. You've not put it in. Fuck me.
Take it out of the holder.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's sort of sat there, just such passive aggressive. So he was in a different queue then.
So no, he came into the smaller queue because he was like it's a machine. Everyone just goes everywhere. Got called out.
What, it flared up that he was English?
Didn't work.
That's funny.
Flared up. Gone, had to get out of the queue. So he does have to queue on his own now.
Okay.
Because I'm not queuing there. That's not my fault now.
And will your kids go to school in Ireland? Will they go to school? Like, will you ever go back? What's the plan?
I'd love to go back, but most of my work is here. But we do go back a lot, and I want them to go back at all, like Easter and what do you call it? You call it half term. We call it midterm. But like they still say things like they'll say bath instead of bath, and they'll say dance instead of dance. And so they still do little things like that. But they've started taking the piss out of my accent now as well.
Oh, really?
Because it's like my son, unfortunately, is called Theodore. So obviously when we get home, he says, Theodore. He's like, why are they all calling me that? We just forget the H.
Yeah. Wait till it's his 33rd birthday. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. What's next? We've had Ireland, we've had Sleep.
Ireland kids.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, who's your favourite? Don't know. Oh my God, you look like you were thinking about that.
Sorry, but I will tell you one thing.
Okay.
You can answer that question
Okay.
because as the favourite child myself, I flew up the ranks of my family. I was the most hated of my family. Definitely the last. There's 4 of us, 4 kids in the family, and I was the least favourite in the family. I was a nightmare.
How do you know that?
You know, when you're not the favourite, you know you're not the favourite.
Okay.
So I just...
You sleeping outside? What were you doing with?
I got kicked out a couple of times, yeah.
Okay.
I did get kicked out of my house a couple of times.
Was that because you were kind of like a teenage tearaway?
Yeah, but you see, my parents divorced when I was very young.
Right.
So I worked out quite a good system for myself. Whereas my mum was quite strict and my stepdad, they were very strict. And my dad was not strict. So when I wanted to do shit my mum wouldn't let me do, I would just go over to my dad's and I'd say, I'm just at dad's house, I'm not doing anything. But I'd be off, like I'd go to festivals, I'd do whatever I wanted. Eventually they got really pissed off at me. So that's why I knew that I wasn't the favourite.
Right.
But then as I got older, now I'm definitely the favourite. And that's the same with kids. Your favourite will change every day.
Oh, I see.
Today also.
But how, why? What's Otto done?
Well, because he didn't wake me up as much and he was so sweet today when I saw him. And I didn't actually see the other two before I had to leave the house this morning. So Otto's winning because I saw him.
How was he sweet? What was he doing?
He's just like, he'll come up and give you a hug and kiss you. Now, don't get me wrong, he'll throw stuff at you as well. Have you got one child?
Yeah.
You haven't got to the throwing stage yet.
No, I'm at the scratching and the grabbing stage. So I had my son today. I was holding him and I didn't have a t-shirt on, and he really became aware of my nipples. So he had a really good early morning yank on them, and then a laugh.
Lovely way to wake up.
Yeah. Well, he was sort of there and he just kind of pinged it. Do you know what I mean? But
You do get battered by
but
them.
he's a little scruncher, is
Yeah.
what I would say. He's kind of not he's not pushing. A friend of mine was sort of saying her son is 1 now, and he's just developed this. So he's just found that move, and it's so difficult to kind of not. For her, it looks like she's raised a thug.
I know.
Because this 1-year-old's just playing and then suddenly goes like that, and then these little babies are pushing away.
And you don't want to be that mom with the kid who's just going around battering people. My youngest now, he's so nice to Theodore, who's the oldest, and he loves playing with him. But when it comes to his sister, he's just so mean to her sometimes.
really? Yeah.
And she's even picked up on it. She's like, "Why does he not like me?" I'm like, "Oh God." He just prefers Theodore.
Yeah. Oh, you don't say that, do you?
No, of course I don't say
Christ.
that.
So what do you say? What do you say in this situation?
Just like, no, that's not true.
Yeah,
That's
of
not
course,
true.
of
Of course
course.
he doesn't.
Mum, why are
He's
you looking like
playing.
that? Yeah. It's difficult,
doesn't.
isn't it? It's like I can't wait to those moments when you're there. I mean, my son feels like he's becoming a little person.
Yeah.
But when they're kind of talking and you're like, the idea being smiled at by your child is an incredible feeling.
I know.
So when they just randomly decide to hug you, I cannot imagine how that feels.
It's just that, like, I'm upset. I've always been obsessed with wanting to have kids, like, since I was younger. I remember the only presents I would get would be, like, I'd have, like, dolls the whole time. I'd ask for ironing boards off Santa. Like, I just wanted to be, I know, dolls, and that was it. But I went, it, like, was quite a big jump. So I, like, had dolls and was playing with dolls when I was 11. And then when I was 12, I had my first drink. So it went from dolls to boozing, like, quite quickly.
Yeah, that's a really great combo.
Yeah.
Did you ever have like a pint and a doll in your hand? That'd be a really, really great photo. There's a friend of mine in America, a brilliant comedian called Dan Soder, and he was into like Action Man.
Yeah.
But he was also smoking. So it was kind of this weird.
quite cool.
So he was really he was a real like little boy, but also an adult. So he was just having a fag whilst playing with his action. And there was a girl who lived down the road who used to smoke and play with Barbies. So they'd have
Really?
this kind of like
Smokers?
weird kind of combo of like, yeah, Ken's not doing so well. Really funny. But it's so you had this sort of very long childhood, and then suddenly
it was on to
You're
booze
on it, yeah,
as
yeah.
soon as you get to secondary school. Now, obviously, I was smoking little bits and bobs because I used to pick up cigarette butts off the ground and smoke them. And my dad was a big smoker, so we used to swipe his. Like imagine being a 9-year-old smoking a Benson and Hedges, like disgusting. You didn't really know what it was though.
Were you a popular kid?
I always had friends, yeah.
Yeah. And what was that like? Sort of.
No, I was popular amongst girls. I wasn't popular amongst boys.
Really?
Well, because I was really tall and gangly, and my mate. I know it looks big now, but it was like way bigger before I grew into it when I was younger. So
Right.
I was kind of like that, like real alien looking,
Right.
and not a tit to the name. Like still.
What a fantastic
I know.
description. See, like nobody does phraseology like the Irish. She has a tit to her name. I love that.
And people, when you're younger, they'll let you know about it. Like I remember.
You're having a tit to your name.
When we used to be kissing boys, and I was like, oh my God, if they try and feel my boobs, they're just going to keep going and they'll reach my head. I'd be like, because there's nothing there. They'll just keep going. Oh, we're at her face now.
Whereas the reality is they'd just be delighted to be there.
Yeah.
But it's just, like you forget that kind of the paranoia and the madness. I kind of went out with my friends from university at the weekend, and it was so interesting to see some of them are single and they're kind of like, cracking on to kind of girls and stuff like that. And you go, geez, nothing changes. Like they're now 44. It's so interesting because I guess most dating is now on apps. But you forget we were sort of just of that generation where it was still at the pub and kind of plucking up the courage to go, you all right?
It's so much. I feel, well, I can't really. Did you never went to an app?
No, I was kind of,
me neither.
yeah, it's funny, eh? It just, but you forget how it's such a world away that when we were kids, if you met somebody on the internet, it was like, what did you buy her?
Really?
And there was a
Those
shame.
weird chat rooms.
Yeah, exactly. And
Do you
yet,
remember chat roulette?
I do remember chat roulette, yeah.
Clicking through until you saw a dick.
Yeah, but was that what it was?
Someone naked.
Oh, right. That's so
Remember,
funny.
it was like you just stood there and you'd play it with your friends, and there's so many creeps on the internet anyway, so there'd always be a flasher at some point.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, done. We're finished.
Was that it? Until it went excellent.
You just wait until you got to a
nice.
posture.
Yeah. What's next?
What's next? Working out. Oh my God, I'm such a sad loser. I must have been so smug when I wrote these.
What do you like about working? What's brilliant about working out to you?
Do you know what? Perfect example today. I was so tired. I don't know why I was so wrecked out. And I was like, I'm going to force myself to go for a run. Went for half an hour run and felt amazing after it. And I just always think that you'll never regret a workout.
Yes, that's true.
And for somebody like, I think that it's
Were you sporty when you were young?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, it's some people play hockey and stuff like that, and I always kind of envy them. I'd love to play hockey again, but you have to commit to like 2 days training and then a day of matches a week. Like you just, I don't know how anyone can do that.
So was that your sport then, hockey?
Hockey, I loved hockey. I play a bit of tennis sometimes as well. I love skiing. So like anything that involves like moving around, I enjoy.
How have you? It's a very specific question. I only know because I've played a few sort of like charity football games, and in my mind, when I run, I'm graceful, and then when you watch it back, have you ever watched yourself run? Are you graceful? What we're dealing with?
No, I'm not graceful.
Yeah, I imagine it's an amazing sight, but it's. Have you done?
Getting around.
Have you done Strictly?
I did.
Yeah, because I'd quite like to see that footage, because like newborn giraffes. I imagine it's sort of that vibe.
How do you know that about me?
I can just sense it, but
I'm not graceful. I'm not elegant. You'll hear me walk into a room because I stamp around.
Yeah. Do you ever get told off by your husband for the noise that you make when you walk around?
I do when we run.
When the babies are asleep. Oh, when you run.
When I run.
Okay.
Because he's a very good runner and he says that I stamp along. Now, when
But he's like run across countries. So, do you know what I mean, if you've done it that much, you're going to be good at it.
I know. He's very good. And I like being in my own little lane with running. I do 5K and that's enough for me. But like, I don't run gracefully, but also when I walk, if I'm not paying attention to my walk, I remember I was filming a documentary years ago, and this cameraman goes, "Has anyone ever told you walk like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo?"
I'm trying to think.
You know Shaggy, like that.
Oh, was it that one? Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like...
When you're aware of it, yeah.
So rude.
Yeah. But it's funny though, you can't, you meet some people and they walk with such grace. So my hands go backwards like a gorilla. So there's nothing like, but when you're just relaxing, that's kind of just how I walk. And it's ape-like. And my wife was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why just turn your hands around? But you can't then go, it just feels so weird. Yeah. And it when you're in your own head of thinking how you move.
Turning round is worse.
That's what I mean. But if you're kind of walking like that, or no, just do it like that, you idiot. I don't know. But you're kind of, it's like that bit. Have you ever seen Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights, where he's on camera for the first time and he's just moving his hands because he doesn't know what to do with them? So how did you, because I saw a thing about you that it was a misconception that you were a model, but you did some modelling.
Yeah, can you imagine me?
Well, I was going to say on a catwalk, did you ever do that?
Well, on a catwalk, I really had to think, because obviously you're on a catwalk for a second, so I'd be like, don't move your arms, move your arms. Yeah. And I still was never very good at catwalk modelling. And it wasn't really a catwalk, it was like doing wedding fairs and stuff like that.
Right.
That's why it's because when you have an intro or something, it's like, welcome model. And I'm like, oh, please don't say it. Because being an Irish model is very different to being like a model. Obviously, there's some Irish models that are proper models. I was like standing on a busy shopping street like Oxford Street with like a Magnum ice cream in my hand in a bikini and heels selling a Magnum ice cream for the papers. So that was the modelling that I did.
Which is still modelling.
No.
But it is. But it's like,
Sold
you're
the
right.
Shit out of that Magnum.
But it is that thing that you hear model and it's just straight away Victoria's Secrets, catwalk, Milan.
That wasn't me.
Yeah. It's not Grafton Street and somebody going again, get a hairdryer, we need to warm her up, we're getting goose pimples. Do you know what I mean? It's just you freezing your fucking balls off.
And then I had my head inside a giant burger for another one, like this huge burger, like nearly the size of this table. And then so like when people probably Google Vogue Williams model, it's like, what's she got her head inside a giant burger? Because that was a job.
Yeah. Was there? So is that what you did from school? What was the?
I did that from when I was around 16.
Okay.
For a few years.
Yeah.
until it all dried up.
And what was the you didn't go to university?
No, I went to uni. I did.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
Yeah.
What did you do at uni?
I went. Excuse me, I have 2 degrees. Thank you very
Have
much.
you really? What are your degrees in?
One is in construction design and management.
Wow.
And another one is in quantity surveying.
And have you used the degrees?
I suppose to a certain extent. No, I have not. I did. I worked on a building site in London for 6 months for a placement, but I'm kind of more into like interiors and like fixing up houses and stuff like that. Like I didn't really ever think I was going to work for a big, huge company on a building site as a site engineer, which was what my job was at the time. But I really enjoyed it. Like I love anything. Like I have a weird fascination with bridges. I love bridges. I love the construction of bridges. I find it really interesting, all the engineering and stuff behind it. But
do you know what I've often thought would be an amazing job, and I bet you'd love this? Like if you were given money and you were a town planner. Like I think that would be an amazing job. Like you talk about this a lot with Folkestone, but let's say, for example, I don't know, somebody gave you 300 million and they said, I want you to do up Swindon. No disrespect to anyone who lives in Swindon, lovely place. But something like that, I think that'd be such an amazing job to kind of create this kind of...
I can't imagine you doing it responsibly.
Oh, no, I'm not saying for me, but I'm saying...
There'd be a water park.
Yeah, of
right,
course.
yeah.
Just be a massive water park.
We have kids, we have to look after ourselves.
Yeah, but it's...
Social housing, nah.
Yeah. Well, no, you just go down the flumes forever. But I often think that must be an amazing job. But I'm surprised because you did 2 degrees in it and yet didn't end up doing it because that...
No.
Why isn't that interesting?
Because I always wanted to. I wanted to do what I'm doing now, but my
Right.
stepdad is really strict. And
So you had to go do a proper degree.
yeah, so
Gotcha.
we wanted something as a little bit of backup, and then I think I was the only one that was happy that the building industry collapsed as soon as I finished my degree.
It's so funny. There's a recession. Get in. Yeah. Excellent.
And so then my stepdad was like, because everyone was going to Qatar to work, and I was like, I'm not going to work in Qatar. And then he was like, right, you can try what you want to try for a while now, and then when the building industry comes back, then you can do it. But like, I spend a lot of time, like I just did up my house at home where I'm from. Like I love doing stuff like that. Like I find everything so interesting. My brother is an architect. That's what I thought I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Didn't get the points because I forgot to study, so I went to Scotland and got degrees instead.
Wait, what university?
Robert Gordon University.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in Aberdeen. It was wild. Up
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
My God, we went wild.
It's a fun place, isn't it? It's kind of because it's so far away from anything and it's its own little world.
Yeah.
But it's a decent hang, Aberdeen. It's kind of a fun place.
There's because I was mad into DJs at the time, so we used to go out all the time, and you'd have all these huge, like Dave Clark would come up, you'd have Felix the House Cat would come up into these tiny little clubs, and they'd be playing huge venues back in Dublin, but they'd weirdly come up to Aberdeen, and so we'd all go absolutely wild. So every weekend was like a new DJ that we'd be going to see, and we just had a great time.
Excellent. But so you don't like the idea of the town planning, or you do?
Do I like the... I think I'd like the town planning. I just think that currently in Ireland, it's only because you said that now about Swansea, but like let's say I was allowed to do the town planning in Dublin. There's a lot of uproar in Dublin about town planning.
But what could you do? It
I
kind
could
of feels...
build probably less hotels.
Right.
I love like the older architecture. Obviously you have the newer architecture, but I think sometimes even with the UK, like when you see those beautiful houses in London, the way that they used to build them, and they're standing for hundreds of years and they're so gorgeous, and then they just build shit because it's quick and easy, and it's like just...
Would you ever go... Have you ever been to Bath?
Bath
Bath's a really interesting example that it's that same kind of stone, and as a consequence it looks, even all the new builds, all the shopping centre and that, it looks the same, so it has this kind of beautiful look.
It's so
Aberdeen has a
gorgeous.
similar thing.
Yeah, Granite City.
The Silver City, yeah.
But that's all you can get up there, that's the only snag.
Yeah.
But like as in it's just kind of but massive bricks in Aberdeen, like if you notice all the...
Yeah. Well, Aberdeen it's such a funny place. Like it's a really good, fun place, but like you've so many people going offshore the whole time because that's the way they work up there. So like it'd be empty, then it's rammed, and then but like there's such a big uni population as well. I think living in a good uni town if you're a student is imperative.
Where would you like your kids to go to uni? Do you see them doing that? Do you ever think about that? Or?
I think, oh God, school over here is insane, the way you guys do school.
Why? How is it different?
Because
from
when Theodore was born, literally the day after he was born, the day after I got out of hospital, we were straight up at his current school, signing him into a school, because everyone was like, just, you need to sign them into school straight away. It's really competitive. It's hard to get them into a school. And we were
Jesus.
like, you're 5 months too late.
Yeah, I was going to say. So, what had you had, like? But how were you? I mean, like the day after giving. I mean, Jesus Christ, are you just in a wheelchair, like wheeling? Or was it an easy birth?
I think I have such awful pregnancies that, like, because I'm very sick till the very last.
Right.
Like, I'm giving birth and I'm still taking vomiting tablets.
Yeah.
So that when I have the baby, I'm like, oh my God, this is what I'm meant to feel like, and I feel amazing because like you forget what it's not. Like what it's like to feel normal again. So even though you're in a little bit of pain and stuff, I'm like, thank God I don't feel sick anymore. So I feel great. I was bouncing around.
Were you?
Around. Yeah, I was
good for
thrilled. Just not to be puking anymore. It was really
Oh,
nice.
right. So you were like all the.
Yeah.
Okay. And what were compression socks? The lot.
No, I wasn't so bad with the swelling. It was literally just the constant feeling of sickness, and just like it goes on for
the whole 9 months.
It starts at about, I'd say it starts for me at about 9 or 10 weeks. So you kind of have that false illusion of this. Oh, it's not going to happen this time. It's not going to happen this time, and then it kicks in, and you're just like miserable.
And are you sick, or is it like on the verge of?
I'm sick a bit, but like more like just constantly feeling sick. So you know when you're hungover, and you're like, God,
so it's like that.
Yeah.
God.
Or just when you have a vomiting bug, and you're like, if I just got sick, I'd feel great after it. So you're just gonna feel like that.
So essentially, your babies are your purge. So when they come out, you're like dealt with.
Done.
Yeah, exactly. My God, Mummy loves me. God, it's so funny. God, I can't imagine that. It's so. Yeah, it's been. I mean, you know, my son's 5 months old, but like witnessing all of it is just extraordinary. Do you know what I mean?
It's wild. I mean, you know, when you're just counting, like, what size is it now? Is it like it's a watermelon or whatever? I don't know if it ever gets
they do that. No, but they do
mad.
that when they show you, and it's like all the, like, your baby's now the size of a grape.
Yeah, I love
It's now the
that.
size of an avocado.
Yeah.
But if you want to look at it another way, it's now the size of a mouse. So there's like, you can either have like fruit or small mammals. It's so
I
cute.
kind of loved that about it though, because you're always, it's such a fascinating thing. Like, it's just, it starts from practically nothing, and it's just a whole baby comes out in the end.
Yeah, amazing. We should move on to the next thing. What's next?
Next thing is work.
Okay.
I love work.
What kind of work do you love?
I love.
What is work? What do you think? What is your major work? Would you say?
I'd say my main work is podcasts.
Okay.
I do a lot of podcasts. So my main work's podcasts, and then I'm currently writing a lot at the moment, which I really enjoy. Yeah.
Writing what?
Just writing like a collection of loads of different stories and stuff like that, and just getting lots of stuff down on paper.
Fictional stuff, non-fictional stuff?
Non-fictional, but I have an idea for fiction, because I really, like, I feel like that's where I'm going to go eventually, is to do more writing. I love writing. It's the only time that you'll ever see me quiet and like just in a zone. Otherwise I'm just like, I'm a million miles an hour. But for some reason when I sit and write, it's almost like meditating. I love it so much. I love writing.
When did that start?
I'd say I've always been kind of writing columns on and off.
Right.
And I do a column at the moment, opinion pieces and stuff like that, and just I used to do an interiors column. So I've been doing it, like, I'd say for 10 years doing columns, and then I'm starting to get stuff together, and then I have ideas for like a fiction book that I'd love to do eventually. So getting all that kind of stuff together, and it really interests me.
What is how would you go about that? Like, do you have like what's your session? What's your ideal writing session?
My ideal, like now, for instance, I'm going to get in a car to Newquay, and that's what I love about writing as well, because you're just never on your own. So like, I've got my laptop ready to go, and I'll sit in the car and I'll just like type away, because you can just do it anywhere. You know, when you find yourself and you're like, God, I've got an hour now before I have to go there. Yeah. And so like, at least you're not wasting that hour. I love like just using my time.
So you can write in a car? I
can write, yeah.
I can do it. I love a train. I can work on a plane, but I find cars, I'll just get a bit too sick. I used to love like a good hour and a half train journey was perfect, because also you're going to focus solely on that thing.
Because there's nothing else to do.
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
But it's also, it feels like the perfect kind of amount of time to really hyper focus.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like Seinfeld speaks about that in sort of in terms of like stand-up writing, that 2 hours a day, every day is really good, but you can't like write for 8 hours.
No.
Let's say, because do you have like,
I would
like-
say so. I completely agree with that. I think that like I kind of do it in word
Fits and
volume.
bursts,
So
right.
how much like I'd love to now write 2,000 words on the way down there, 2,500 words.
Right.
Write 2,500 down there, 2,500 back, because I've kind of been writing about 5,000 words a week for the last while, just like on different stories and different things that come to my head.
Really? So, that's so interesting. So is that with a view to this book?
I'd say it's definitely with a view to eventually publish it and to do something with it. But it's for me, I just find it really like, I don't know, it's kind of, people meditate. I can't meditate. So for me, it's a real like chill out, and I just enjoy it. And I just really enjoy the idea of making up stories. And there's been a couple of books that I've started and then for whatever reason I didn't continue with them. And now I'm just working on something that I think is really going to work out. So it's nice to just kind of do it all the time. But comedy writing is funny. Like, I don't know how you sit there and just like start with, and then like start thinking about jokes. Do you not just have to get loads of notes down and then expand on jokes? Like,
Yeah.
do you find that you're always writing notes? I'm always writing
Yes.
notes.
So it's
Yeah.
so I couldn't sit down. So Woody Allen used to basically, he would write down like the equivalent of, we've got like iPhone notes. He would write down things and he'd put them in the drawer, and he'd write them down, put it in the drawer. And then
Yeah.
when it came to write a new film, he would get the drawer out and he'd just kind of empty the drawer and kind of go, okay, right, and then start writing on a thing. And I think that's what a lot of comedians do. It's certainly what I do. I
Yeah.
couldn't sit down and go, right, what do you write a joke about? But I could
No.
look at my notes and go, oh, that's an interesting thing. But I similarly find it very interesting, and I love doing it. But I'm lucky that I have then an audience
Yeah.
that will prove it or
Yeah.
disprove it. So that's why I find it interesting when you like writing. I really struggle writing a long form book because I've never done anything that hasn't been validated along the way.
but
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like in terms of someone say that all works, that doesn't,
See, I'd
that
hate
does.
to do what you do.
No,
I couldn't.
and similarly, because you then, but the thing is, once I've done an hour,
Yeah.
I know it works. Versus that feeling,
How long does it take you to write an hour of comedy? Like if you're doing
an hour that works.
an hour that works.
Oh, it can be it'd be a year.
Yeah.
You know, and you probably write 4 hours, where you just go there and just
And then
just
practice it on
dive.
stage.
Yeah. But that's what I mean in terms of writing a book.
Yeah.
How is that process? Do you have like an editor? Like that relationship must have to be tight, because they have to tell you this is shit, this is really good, and you have to be able to, take on that criticism.
I love a note. I take a note
Do
very
you?
well.
Okay, yeah.
I remember when my friend Martin, he was directing me in these documentaries I was doing in Ireland, and I was like, oh my God, it just like struck me. I was like, I'm always going to have someone telling me what to do for my whole life. But I think that like some people like thrive off that. Like when I was doing my podcast shows with my husband and with my friend Joanne, like we have a director, Una, and she like on my favourite part of the night, like after the show, she'd come back and she'd give us notes, and I couldn't wait for the notes at the end of the night.
Oh, really?
And just to switch things up a little bit. I just think when
Was that for the live shows?
for the live
Yeah,
shows. So
yeah.
at the start when we were like just starting and like fine tuning those shows,
Got
and
you.
like the show that we started with it was similar to the show that we finished with, but as you know, it just changed so much. And I love the evolution of something like that and editing along with somebody. And it's the same with a book. And I work a lot with her and she's working with me on this thing. But I think with when I'm writing things like a collection of stories, it's very important to me that it's all of my own writing. I
Yeah.
don't want anyone else. I can take an edit and a note, but it has to be all my own words.
And when did you feel that kind of like calling to kind of like you say, is that where is your sort of dream future? You've written a few kind of novels and...
Yeah, I'd love that. Like, I love reading. I read a huge amount. I read every single night before bed. And like, do you know what though? I'm weird. Like, I collect books as well. So
Yep.
I've got a bookshelf, and all the books that I've read are on the bookshelf. And it's kind of like you walk in and you're like, oh, look at all the books I read this year.
Yeah.
And I kind of love that as well.
The display of it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love the look of books. Now, I will give books away to people if people really want it. There's a couple I wouldn't give away, but like the other ones I would always just give
What are
away.
the ones you wouldn't give away?
I wouldn't give away. There's two two that I want to read again, like John Boyne, The Heart's Invisible Furies. I know I'll read that book again. And I love the Marion Keyes, Rachel's Holidays. I suppose I'll read that again. Really easy books to read, just fun books. They are. I feel like I go into a bit of a Marion Keyes hole, though. I'm like, okay, I'm turning into her family now. I have to pull back. Because I only kind of cottoned on to her this year. I know she's a huge writer, but then I was like 4 books in and I was like, right, I better take a break from her.
Like you're addicted. I love that. You're like, listen, come on.
I've got one of her books in my bag and I'm like,
so
right, that's
funny.
it now. After that, I have to take another break because that's the 3rd one in a row. So that's like 7 of her books this year I've read. So I'm like, I need to just move on to someone else for a while.
So, and were you always like a voracious reader?
No, I was, and then I kind of gave it up when I had kids.
Right.
And
That's
then-
interesting.
Yeah, well, because like your time is short and I work a lot and so I sacrifice TV for books now. So I don't really watch much TV. I do watch a lot of property shows.
Oh yeah, Christ.
And Gordon Ramsay, what's that, Nightmare Kitchen?
Oh, is
know,
that
when
you
he
on?
goes in
Yeah.
and takes over. God, I watch so much of that. It's terrible.
What's your property show? Have you ever watched Sydney Lux Listings? You ever seen that on Amazon Prime?
No.
Sweet Jesus, that's good stuff.
I love, but
Yeah.
I even love Selling Sunset. I know it's a load of shit, but like those houses, who's buying a house for 80 million? Like, it just fascinates me.
Yeah.
And all the stuff you're like, wow, but all I look at it and I'm like, now how much is that going to cost to run?
Oh, is that right?
You think about it after,
Yeah.
you're like, it's so wild. But I love it or listed. I love like people like get a really old house and they do it up, and I love seeing the transformation of that. George Clark's amazing. Grand Designs, because I met him and I was a real fangirl of Kevin McLeod.
I bet that happens to him a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We watched him in uni though. We would watch Grand Designs in uni and like pick up loads. So when I first met him at a Channel 4 event, I was like, oh my God, there's your man. Like, oh, will I say something to him? Obviously 3 drinks later I did.
He strikes me. Please tell me he's a nice guy.
He is
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
It's not such a pleasure when someone's nice.
Yeah, it'd be heartbreaking if he was like a dick. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those.
Lives in a new build. Like just
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah. Just that'd be so great. It's really garish. It's fucking horrible. But he never. The thing is, he never ever says this is shit. That's my only criticism. Like, it's always, this is master what you've done, and look at the aspect, and
I know.
pulls out the jargon. He's never like, what the fuck, this place.
Who told you to do that
Yeah.
shit?
Oh, was it me? But like, it must feel like he's got that vested interest. But
I think he just loves the wildness of some of them, but like I love the ones, when they pick up a tiny. There was a Grand Designs on it. This guy bought a house in London and it was so tiny.
yes,
And it's like, what are you going to do with that? Like, no one can live there. And just all the really clever design elements that he did, but I just thought were fascinating. I was watching this thing about an apartment in New York yesterday on Instagram. And it was like the size of this room practically, and just the way like the toilets over there and what they chart. Like, I love stuff like that as well. It's so clever when you see what you can actually do.
yeah, totally. There was a brilliant one on BBC Two where they had this kind of, I think it's she's Irish as well, ginger hair girl, redhead girl. What's her name?
Gardener. Oh, Angela Scanlon.
Angela Scanlon.
Yeah.
The one that she did is brilliant because they have this kind of,
Yes.
they have like these different architects come in and say what they would do with their actual house.
Yeah.
So, and then you kind of go, God, I'd love that for hours.
I know, but
Have you ever done up your own house from scratch? Have you ever built a place?
No, I haven't built a place, but I bought like my dream house in Ireland like a year ago. It's nearly finished now, but it's funny because it's
What's in the dream house? Take me through it.
it's private. It's on its own. It's very new. It's really, really bright and airy and like spacious. Like, there's space for us to be there. Because there's so many of us, and I always have somebody living with us. So my little brother lives with us in the UK. He lives downstairs, and then my sister lives in the house in Ireland. And one of my friends lives there at the moment as well. But it
Wasn't
was,
that the relationship with you and Joanne? She was kind of staying with you loads, wasn't she?
Well, Joanne, so basically, Joanne, when she first came over here, as you know yourself, when you start comedy, when you start anything in this industry, you have to do so much shit for free or for nothing. And so she was over here and she was trying to fly back and forth, and like, she was staying in places that she said like were like dog kennels, just like awful. And I had a spare room at the time because I had no kids. And so she first of all started by staying in the spare room. And then when I started having kids and stuff, we had a space down in the basement, and she used to stay in the basement a fair bit. And now she's kind of moved over, and now she's making like proper money. So she's not like getting the mega bus all over the country for gigs that she's getting like 30 quid for.
But again, what's so cool? There's a brilliant venue in Dublin called Vicar Street, which is one of the best stand-up venues in the world. And she, like, that Prosecco Express, the amount of shows she did, it's unbelievable, eh? So that's when I first became aware of her.
Yeah.
When you just go, who is this this girl? Because I think it's Tommy Tiernan, Dara, and then Joanne.
Joanne, yeah.
Like, in terms of, like, having done the most shows ever at Vicar Street. And but to put that into context, that is... like those boys have been going for years, and then she's come in like this sort of freight train.
I always say to her, I'm like, do you not just wish you did like just one arena instead?
But when you go
all
there,
these shows and but she is like that because she like.
Well, I can imagine her in that room and it going off. Whereas in an arena, it'd still be amazing.
I mean, her audience are like
lunatics.
Yeah,
it's great.
So we kind of had that when we did our tour together as well. We'd literally be like to the venues, listen, you need to get like extra booze in. They'd be like, okay, cool, like I think we're all right. They'd always run out of booze. People would just be. I remember when we were doing the 3 Arena in Dublin, and this girl mailed me after. It actually wasn't even funny, but like Spencer said he was at that show, and he said he'd seen someone fall, but this girl got so hammered she fell and broke both her feet, and I was like, oh my God. And she's like, yeah, I'm in a wheelchair. And I was like, well, do you want to come to tomorrow's show? Like, I feel really bad for you. And she's like, no, I can't. She's like, Jesus. Everyone's out there for so much fun though. Like, it's a really, really great crowd. Like, I feel like just being in the crowd and being on the piss with them.
And what was that like for you to experience that? Were those like the first live shows you'd done?
Yeah.
So you went straight into arenas?
Well, the thing about
that is mental.
We do.
That is absolutely absurd.
The thing about it is, when we started, we were doing the smaller venues. So, and we were doing the Gaiety Theatre, which is a gorgeous venue. But
it's still, there's still like a 1,200 seater. So
I
it's
know,
like,
I was spoiled rotten, I was.
No, but presumably for Joanne, was she holding your hand through it?
Well, the thing what I knew about Joanne, that was the great thing about being on stage with her, because like I'd never been on stage. I'd done stuff like that, but not really, like not a show like that. And so I kind of had it in my mind that like, well, if I go mute, Joanne will sort it out.
Yeah, right.
So it was nice to like learn from her and like watch her on stage, and like even when we went.
But you complement each other so well. Like, and also it's that, I think it's a bit like sort of Bob Mortimer and Paul Whitehouse. People forget how intoxicating it is to spend time with people that like each other.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no. Like, my wife listens to your podcast, and like you hear you're both laughing at each other.
Yeah.
And that, do you know what I mean? There is no rivalry. Like it's not like you say something funny and Joanne's like, oh fucking I need the fucking door. Do you know what I mean? Like, we used to have that on Mock the Week, where over the audience laughter, you could hear somebody go, fuck, I'm just gonna fucking something, fucking like. And it was there's something really nice about spending time with people that are really funny and like each other. I think that's the secret.
That's kind of what.
But it's odd that no one on TV's gone, do you know, we should do this. We should put people on. But there's always this thing of putting. There's this sort of.
You see, she's a comedian. I'm not a comedian, so I don't need.
But you don't have a rivalry.
No.
You like her. She likes you.
Yeah, and then we have fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Was
it chaotic on tour? Was it kind of like?
Oh well, I mean, we did go a little bit wild on tour for sure.
Yeah.
But we were in New York. We did New York and Canada. And Boston about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, great!
I know, but I was
American audiences. Did you notice the difference?
No, they were really like.
I know, as in like more up for it. Did you feel?
They were really up for it. But like our audience are quite up for it anyway. But like they were like, we just had a really nice time, and we like to pretend we're international. So we go and we're like, is there any Irish in the audience? And then you get a huge cheer. But it's really surprising to us when there's loads of not Irish people in the audience. We're like, oh my God, it's mad. But we were kind of well behaved in America because I got food poisoning. So I had like a bucket beside the stage and stuff in Boston. It was amazing. It just went away though when I was on stage. So for that like hour and a half, I was like, I didn't feel sick.
Where did you play in New York?
The Town Hall.
Hey, it's great, that, isn't it? Yeah,
it's really cool.
That's Bob Dylan played when he.
Did he?
Yeah. It's properly it's a proper old fashioned.
Do you get lonely when you go on tour? Because you'd be on your own then.
No, because I do it with my tour manager, who's like a mate of mine. So it's now become you know, so my mate Kumar is my tour manager, and I'll have a support act. So I always have
So
like
you always have
friends.
the same support?
Yeah. I used to do it on my own when I sort of first started.
Yeah.
And I was doing like 400-seater theatres like on my own, and that was properly miserable because it's like you have a party on your own, and then the audience leaves, and then you go back to a hotel,
And you're
it's
just still like wound up with nowhere to go.
yeah. It's just this kind of lonely. But having a mate must be wild, and particularly traveling.
Yeah.
Do you take the family out? How does it work?
I didn't because of the first, like I kind of work it with my kids that I don't mind spending like, I try to keep it at 3 nights if I have to go away. But when we did Australia, obviously I was gone for like 11 nights, and that was like my limit. That was just the most I would ever do. But I wouldn't really like to do that much ever again. But like, it's nice when you do go away with somebody. And we had our tour manager, Una. She was director, she was with us in Australia as well, so we had a nice little crew. And it's lovely to get to go away and see all these cities and stuff. And when we were in England, like I was going to cities that I've never been to before,
it's
so
funny,
it was
isn't
really like Newcastle is deadly. Love Newcastle. So much crack. There's so many cool cities around the place. So I liked that aspect of it, but I wouldn't say like I'm a massive tourer. I love being at home.
What is your kind of like, what would be your perfect day at home? What happens?
Perfect day at home, hanging out with the kids, going for a run, doing a bit of training, possibly a bit of organising.
Oh, really? Lists? Writing your lists?
For days.
Do you like a stationery shop?
Love a station. I love the smell of it. I love buying.
There's the potential in it.
Yeah, but like, you know, do you remember starting school? We were already talking about that today, and you'd be like, go and buy your own pencil case and stuff. That was the most exciting bit, going to get your pencil case and all your new bits. And then I just like watching, like, I'd watch something with Sven, and that's what we do at night. At 7 o'clock when the kids go to bed, obviously Theodore will come in about 5 or 6 times asking for something, and then we just like, we chill. Spenny will watch something, I'll read my book, and then we're like asleep early.
Yeah, which is perfect for you.
I know.
Put the pillow on your face, and the day has ended well.
Oh God, is this full or not full?
There's nothing in there, but what a fantastic way of ending that.
Cheers for nothing.